failure to secure an annulment of Henry VIII's marriage to Catherine of Aragon was the main reason for Cardinal Wolsey's fall from power in 1529. How far do you agree? Explain your answer. You may use the following in your answer: Pope Clement VII, the amicable grant of 1525. You must also use information of your own. 16 marks. Here is the mark scheme, which is explained in more detail in our overview video. 10 of the marks will be available for AO2, which is your analysis and evaluation of a second-order historical concept. So you need to identify in this question what you think that might be. For this one, it's significant, so the most significant reason for Cardinal Wolsey's fall from power. Do you agree that it was the failure to secure an annulment? Or do you disagree? Do you think there was a more significant reason for his fall from power? It doesn't really matter which one you pick, as long as you can explain why you think what you do. Which brings us on to AO1, which is worth 6 marks, and that is for your knowledge and understanding of the period. You need to bring in evidence from your own knowledge to support your argument. Here are the bottom 2 bands for this question. Again, our overview video explains all of this in much more detail, but have a read through to try and decide where you think your answer would fit. Generally speaking, to score highly on this question, your answer needs to analyse the question, and that means you need to have developed points which draw in relevant evidence. It should follow a logical structure, so it should be quite easy for the examiner to understand what you're arguing, and you should also be bringing in your own knowledge. These are the top 2 bands for this question. Have a read through and try and decide where you think your answer would fit. There are lots of different points you could make in answering this question, and as long as what you say is relevant and correct, the examiner will give you the marks. Here are some points though that you could have made. If, for example, you chose to counter the statement, you could have argued that Wolsey's policies were more significant causes of his downfall. And if you're using the point evidence explained structure, that would be your point. Your evidence could be that the amicable grant in 1525 was a failure, and that's coming from the stimulus point in the question. To explain that, you say that it brought about large rebellions in England, and that forced Henry to distance himself from Wolsey. It's this kind of developed thinking which will help you to score in the higher bands. Have a read through the rest of the points and see if there's anything else you could have included in your answer.